Joe from NYC Fragrances back with another video. Best clone house, huh? Why are we talking about a best clone house? This time of the year anyway. Well, what better time of the year to talk about a clone house than now when people are looking for bargains because they're spending all their money for the holidays, right? So, the way I see it is like this. Everybody wants to smell good, and if they can do it on a budget, why not? And you got the major clone houses give you those kind of offerings, right? People out there that, let's not talk about the King, let's not talk about Creed Aventus, right? We don't want to talk about it all day long. But there's plenty of alternatives for that now that Creed has now jacked up the prices. So you have companies like Armaf and Haramain, which make pretty decent Creed clones, especially Aventus. They make Creed Aventus clone. You can get relatively at about $30. You can get Club de Nuit Intense Man. Around $40, you get Haramain's L'Aventure. So I'm not all crazily familiar with the Haramain version. I do have Club de Nuit Intense Man. The initial spray is that synthetic vibe that you get from Club de Nuit Intense Man, but then that dry down is just straight Aventus. You couldn't tell it apart. An expert might not even be able to tell it apart. So why not get yourself a bottle of Aventus, or not, maybe an inspired version of Aventus. But you know what? It still smells good. And again, if you're smelling good, you're feeling good, right? So you can gift it to somebody. Nice, cheap gift, $27. The bottle looks beautiful. It's got that little cap that looks like a little dice cap with some crystals on it. Dark black bottle, good presentation, and the smell. I don't know anybody that has it, or I've recommended it to, who doesn't get a ton of compliments. And what else do we look for, right? You're gonna go spend upwards of $500 to get the same amount of juice when you can get it for $30. Do the math, right? Then we go to like the next level up of Aventus type things or Creed type fragrances, and that's Parfums Vintage, right? Parfums Vintage comes in at a little higher price point, but still you get probably better quality. I don't want to down Armaf or Haramain because they both produce what they produce. Parfums Vintage tends to use better quality ingredients, seem to last longer, seem to project longer, seem to perform just better. I think they got to the point now where they realized, why are we making Aventus clones, Aventus clones, Aventus clones? The fragrance community, I think, is getting tired of Aventus clones or inspirations, because I hate to use the word clone. I'd rather say inspiration. So they stopped, and they are now shifting to other inspirations. They've made, as of recently, they made a Bond No. 9 Bleecker Street inspiration. They've made a Baccarat Rouge 540 inspiration. So, they're changing what they put out, and they've given different alternatives at their price point. And the price point is still relatively cheap for the quality you're getting compared to the actual niche brand that they are inspired by, right? Now we can go to two other houses, which are Alexandria and Dua. Alexandria and Dua, I would say, are neck and neck as far as what they put out, as far as their quality. As far as price point, they're about relatively the same. About the size of the bottle that you get is relatively the same. But what I'll say is this. I have an original creation from Alexandria, which is called Crazy Pineapple, which, again, you hear pineapple, we're already thinking Aventus. It's not Aventus. It's their own take on a pineapple fragrance, which happens to be very nice. They're known for making their inspirations, but their own creations are actually pretty good. So those are worth checking out as well. Don't always get stuck on the inspirations. Their inspirations are very good. They make inspirations of fragrances like one of my favorites, Chanel Egoise Platinum, which is called Old Story. And, it gives you a chance to get these fragrances or something that smells almost 95 to 98% like that fragrance for a fraction of the price. Dua, on the other side, they have, I don't know if they have like a button or a magic wand or what it is that they get, that their fragrances are coming out as soon as a fragrance drops. Like, I mean, Tom Ford's Lost Cherry just dropped, and Pop Cherry was out maybe a week or two later. It was that quick. And I just got in a bottle of Pop Cherry from Dua, and I barely got to smell Lost Cherry because when I was in Bloomingdale's, they had the bottle out. I went to go smell it, and I barely got a squirt out of it. It was empty. What I did smell was actually decent, and I actually was like taken back by it. I got Pop Cherry in, and Pop Cherry just, I was like, wow, this is some good stuff. This is really, 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 really good. I could see it on me. I could see it on a female. It just smells good. You got that cherry blow pop thing going on. It's like a Luden's cough drop type vibe. That luxurious cherry thing like they do in Cherry's Jubilee when they're flaming up the cherries with the vanilla ice cream. It's just something. It is a delicious smelling fragrance, and it comes in at a great price point. So the one thing I talk about as far as Dua is concerned, Dua gives you, in my own opinion, and I'm not trying to knock the other houses that do these inspired fragrances, I think Dua is at the forefront because of their list of offerings. I think their library is bigger than everybody's. The types of offerings that they get very, go after very limited, hard to get fragrances and are inspired by it and recreate them and make them available. Like Best Citrus Ever, right? That's a fragrance that was exclusive only in London and Paris, and it was like, I believe, £500 for like 10 mLs. That's serious coin right there. And here you are getting a 30 ml bottle for around $60 US. That is 95 to 98% the same as that 10 ml 500 pound English pounds. We're talking English pounds, which is more than $500 US. In a bottle, smelling good, beautiful citrus. What's more? What is there more to ask for? So, for you people out there, I'm going to link a bunch of different links for the stuff I'm talking about, different things you can get from these houses, and you go out there and get them for your friends and family, because you know what? They may not know what Creed is, they may not know what Mancera is, they may not know what Roja Dove is, they may not know what MFK is, but when they open up the bottle you give them that's supposed to be the same as that, and they smell it, and they love it, and they're getting compliments, they're going to thank you. And then you're going to thank me for pointing you in the right direction. So as always, remember, if you smell good, you feel good. Have a nice day.